Welcome back to another Arise crossover video. Today we will be discussing what the best game passes will be for you to buy as a free-to-play and even a pay-to-win player in Arise crossover. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So as you guys know, for the free-to-play players out there, I covered this in the very big beginner's guide, but there is a free-to-play shop, which is the ticket shop. I've covered that you can get these tickets from dungeon runs in Arise crossover, so if you have not done so yet, make sure to go back and watch that video real quick, because I discussed there how many tickets you should be getting around every single dungeon. You can probably already kind of guess a bit what's like the most important game passes in the game right now, but to get started, let's start with the first absolute game pass you should totally focus on getting first, which is the extra Equip Gamepass. This game pass gives you the ability to equip 3 more shadows and add them to your team, which will massively enhance your damage for every boss that you're trying to do, which also, of course, gives you a better chance at doing enough damage to capture the boss. Now, basically, this just boosts your damage overall anyway, which is always important in these kind of like grind games, where you kind of want to focus on trying to get the best damage output for the units that you currently have. So make sure to focus on the extra equip first. Now, after you've done that, which might be a while if you're going for the tickets way, but if you've done that, make sure to go next for the auto attack. This is very good for grinding dungeons if you're farming even more tickets. You basically will not have to target the units in the game anymore, because your units should be automatically go to the nearest unit in the circle that you're in. So basically, when you click on a unit, there is a circle around them, and if you're inside of that circle, your units will just instantly go there. But if you're not focusing anyone, they would just automatically go left, right, wherever the nearest unit is, and just like go for them instantly. Now, what's important here is that you actually do need to enable auto attack in the options. So if you go to your settings and then head down to gameplay, make sure auto attack is turned on, because most people, from what I've seen, that bought the Game Pass kind of question a lot in the Discord about why auto attack is not working, and it's because they have this setting still on disabled, because it's disabled on default. So if you get the Game Pass, make sure to go into your settings and head over to gameplay and enable auto attack. Now, after you've gotten these 2 game passes, you're probably mostly done with the rest that's already like available in the shop. However, I would still suggest you go and save after you've done the auto attack game pass for the 2x XP game pass. Now, leveling is not always an issue in this game, because you can easily kill all the massive brutes that are like in the highest area for farming a lot of experience, or you can just go to the End Queen or End King and try and get a lot of experience from them. But the double XP just makes it go way faster. You don't have to stay in the same spot for way longer, which is always a good thing. Now, combine this with like the extra 3 crit that you have and the auto attack, you basically can just stand still. You don't have to do anything, and you will be basically leveling more units at the same time, which is like a kind of good progression if you went for extra equip first, then went for auto attack, and then went for the 2x XP. Here comes the thing. After you've done 2x XP, there isn't really another game pass you really need at this point, because once you exit the shop, you can get auto arise from being in the group and I think liking the game, and it's the same for the auto click, which you basically should unlock like that. Now, if you look at the other 2 game passes, 2x cash, I've not encountered a single like issue in the game where I needed even more cash. The only thing you could really say that you really need this like 2x cash is if you're grinding a weapon that much that you need to rank it up and basically do more damage than your units are already doing to the units you're trying to attack. But this is like very niche. You don't really need this, and you definitely shouldn't focus on this. But I'd say it would fall on the same level as instant arise, but we'll get to that later. Now, the auto clicker, you can buy this. It's like also very low on price, because I'm pretty sure they like expect you to go just to the group thing and just have this enabled by default, but apparently it clicks even faster for you. Do you need this? No, I don't think you really do need this. But if you find it more convenient that you do click faster with your mouse, then you can go for this after you've done the 2x XP pass. It's the most cheapest one to go for, but you can mostly just skip this in total. Now, 2 times gems. This might be the worst one because you're getting already so many gems from destroying the brutes. If you're also destroying the End Queen, you're not gonna have any issue at all with having a like very big gem balance, even though I don't still, for what I'm doing right now, have a lot currently. You get like 33 million gems or something from destroying the End Queen boss, and you can get like 6 million gems every time you destroy the Genjin Brute at face heal. So do not worry about gems at all. You really should just go over this Game Pass. You don't need this at all. Definitely skip this or just save it as last if you need like a last resort to go do something with your tickets. All right, Instant Arise. Now, Instant Arise is something I'd say I'd put at the same level as 2 times cash, but I would say if you've done like 2 times XP, you can focus on either getting Instant Arise or 2 times cash. And for convenience sake, I'd say go for Instant Arise because you can still farm cash way more easily. Instant Arise just saves you more time. You don't have to like look at your screen if you're AFKing. This is also pretty good. You don't have to like have the timer show up when you're trying to arise a unit. So you can just like skip that entire process and just hope and pray you're getting it like instantly after the 3 arises have gone through. But that's really it. It just like saves you some time on arising a unit. It skips the entire holding E process on arising a unit. You can get this for convenience sake. I put it on the same level as 2 times cash. There's one more thing, and it's basically a product. So it's the plus 25 inventory slots. Now, I'd say before we had the raids, this was definitely something you wanted to go for because you would need a lot of units if you also got the plus 3 equip for trying to combine them into an SS unit. Because you would need 7 E characters, 7 D characters, 7 C characters, 7 B characters, 7 A characters, and 7 S characters, which if you already count that, that's 42 copies of a shadow of one specific character that you need in your inventory to combine all of them into an SS character, which takes up a lot of space. If you do have a lot of access tickets, you can keep dumping them into these 25 inventory slots if you don't really care about these other 4 items. I'd say eventually in the future, I feel like we're gonna get another Equip Gamepass if there's gonna be a boss that's even more health and that we probably would need more units for, which will also basically, I think, be more expensive than this one. So make sure to always save. I'd say if this is plus 3 is like 749 tickets, try and save maybe around like 1200, 1300 for another kind of Equip Game Pass we would be getting, if that even comes in the future. But otherwise, feel free to dump all your access tickets into inventory slots. Now, there's also something called too much inventory space, but I've not needed any more inventory space after buying it like twice to increase it to like 50, as you can see right now. And then we have some of the cash packs and gem packs. You don't really need this. You can skip this in total. Don't like focus on this at all. It's not worth it. You can get, there's 1 million gems for 1349 tickets. Way too expensive because you can already get like 6 million gems from the Genji Brute unit at face heal. So that would mean we will get like a value of like 8,400 tickets. You can already see where this is going. But do remember, keep focusing on grinding these dungeons to get a lot of tickets. And then we have the progression going from get extra equip first, go for auto attack, then go for 2 times XP. Then you can choose to go either for 2 times cash or instant arise, basically on the same level. Auto clicker would then go after those, and then 2 times gems is like the last thing you would need. Now, looking at products, I would fit products above instant arise and 2 times cash if you don't really need that convenience. Dump all your tickets into this, but do make sure to always keep an excess of tickets for whenever they add something new to the shop. Because I can definitely see this going somewhere where they will add some new Game Pass to the shop and you might not have like enough tickets anymore because you all dumped it into like inventory slots. So make sure to keep like, I'd say 1500 to like 2k access tickets and then dump the rest above that into inventory slots just for safety measures. And I'd say this is basically the shop Game Pass product guide for a Rise crossover so far, even for free-to-play players and also for people that are trying to get into the game and want to support the developers of the game like instantly and just buy these game passes to also help them out. Now you can also do this now through an extra little bit that they added, which is the donation menu. If you feel like you don't really want to buy a game pass but support them anyway, you can do that now through this little donation menu, where there's also now a leaderboard for. So if you want to compete on that, you can do it there. All right, free to play players, pay to win players. I hope you now got a good idea on what you should focus on getting in the shop in a Rise crossover. Now, if you like this a little short tutorial guide for the shop, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next in an Rise crossover video. Have a fantastic shadow hunting journey.